Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Robert and Kayla Get Rich Show.
Cue the music. That's right, you are listening to the Robert and Kayla Get Rich Show. Today is April 1st. You know what day that is, Kayla?
It's a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday. It is also...
We should have done April Fool's stuff.
Oh my God, maybe our lives are April Fools. If you've listened to the 91 episodes of Robert and Kayla and Rich, April Fools! This whole thing was a big trick. You thought we were giving financial investment advice, but we weren't. We were fooling you.
This whole time. Gotcha.
And let me be the first to wish you, Kaylin, happy Passover.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not sure if happy is the adjective you're supposed to use with Passover, but
hey.
Yes.
I'm going to get some blood and put it around my door frame.
Yes, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Just to be festive.
And I'm 100% sure you knew today was Passover before I said that.
Of course you did. Yeah.
Kaylin is a devout Jew. A devout Jew. All right, we're going to trim a bunch of that up.
Yep.
Well, what we're not going to trim up is the following topics discussed on today's episode.
Kristi Noem's husband's boobs.
Major League and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Hockey and field hockey.
And where they play it and how white they are. The cutest animal known to man, the Perma bear.
The Perma bear. So cute. Perma bear stare. Microsoft.
The Robert and Kaylin primer on private credit.
Yeah, private credit. And that Barry guy. In his glass eye.
Burry.
Michael Burry.
Yeah, Michael Burry says he doesn't trust the buyer in the Warner Brothers deal, so.
Be glad you got out of Warner Brothers when we did.
With that, Kaylin, I think we should get to the episode.
Maybe this is a good light. Can you tell that it's changing all the time?
I see it like in the background, you know.
Right. I think of my coloration, I look a little less like gaunt.
If you think that's fun, wait.
We're about to have fun up in here.
Let's see what kind of fun we can have, huh? We could have some police fun.
The cops are coming.
All right, here we go. Club. This is club 2. Club 1. I like club 2 better.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Gotta be
club
careful.
2's better.
We gotta put out a warning for our epileptic listeners for this week.
I think for our next Blue Christmas service, I gotta do this. I'll be like, cheer up!
You're like, let's go!
Why are you blue? Look, it's time to party, yo! Come on.
Yeah.
This top scroll bar is very useful, by the way. The one on the bottom looks like it might be brightness or something, but the one on top has Chinese characters, and then on the other side, 3 vertical lines.
You're like, oh.
Maybe it's the speed. It's probably the speed.
Now it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fast. Now I can back it off speed-wise. Doom, 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 doom.
Oh.
Fire truck.
Yeah, keep everybody on
Fire
their
truck,
toes.
yeah.
This light has a lot of different options.
It looks like something circling in the background. It's not going to bother anybody because nobody's going to watch.
Well, guess what? We have a new listener, a new fan. Yeah, that's right. And his name is Rhett Kimmel.
No kidding. He wants to see Auntie.
Yeah, he says, now Ariel put us on when she was driving around, so now he calls the show Auntie Kaylin on the radio.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, so they've been listening.
We gotta watch our language, huh?
I know, right? I was like, oh, fun.
So really, it's kind of 2 new listeners because it never crossed my mind that Ariel would ever listen to this.
I know. So. Yeah. I was like, wow, cool. Thank you. I'd sent her a short that was like the one about Rhett in the playground, right? And the smashing, Don't Smash Mom.
Yeah.
So then she started listening to the most recent episode. I was like, oh, well, you should check out a best of. Well,
yeah.
So.
Which is the one where we talk about dump trucks. That's the one.
Right. Yeah. I know.
2 favorite times.
So, yeah.
Auntie Kaylin talks about dump trucks on the radio. It's an amazing show.
Yeah, I know. It's so good.
Audience of 1.
But yeah, we got listeners of all ages now. Literally a 3-year-old is a fan. She had fun stuff. So the college, that was something Ariel had shown me. She sent an email with another list that I can quiz you on today.
She's turning into a super fan, a Kelly level super fan.
Yeah, I mean, not quite Kelly level. She hasn't given us any gifts yet. related to like
I promise you, I have some TikTok message from Kelly. I got 24 unread messages here in TikTok. Kelly,
well, yeah, you've been like checked out lately. I've sent you like a million things. So I was like scrolling up, like I see the red or whatever on the text message thread when you like actually look at my messages, and I like scrolled through. It was like red. I don't know. I'd sent you like 7 messages or something, and you're just like, fuck that.
Well, I have to say, going on the trip to Colorado, first of all, you're on Mountain Time Zone, which is like, who even heard of that?
Right,
like,
right.
I don't think it's real. I think they made it up.
Yeah.
But second, then you got to fly home,
right.
Connect through airports. Then you got to like recover. You're on the wrong.
I'm sending you like an Instagram thing. I'm like, watch this funny thing. And you're like, I can't handle all this. I got to recover. Like, like, okay. I didn't mean to be so taxing on the system here.
Well, I mean, you don't know until you open it. People send me like 9-minute videos, and I'm like, I cannot commit to watching this video until I can like sit down. I know this is very old school, like very Gen X, to be like, all right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch this video instead of just like, I don't know, walking down the sidewalk and bumping your head on things because you're watching videos. But I've got lots of them. Don't feel bad. I got, I just said, 27 from Kelly I haven't watched it. And music from the church band, that I haven't listened to. And I'm just like,
I mean, just think how much trouble you'd be in with Andrea if you didn't read her messages for like 5 days. Like
those aren't marked unread. I can promise you.
Yeah, you're like, do not send red receipts. Oh, that's fair, I guess. And then I send you funny shit, and you're like, I'm not reading. I'm not gonna listen to that. But yeah, whatever.
That is true. Right.
I just heard a piece of news about one of our favorite people, Pantene model Kristi Noem.
Oh, you heard Kristi Noem news that I didn't hear? Man,
I guess
I was
so.
out of touch, yeah.
Well, it's Kristi Noem's husband, his news. Basically, he's a cross-dresser who, like, takes pictures of himself with, like, fake boobs and, like, all the work. Which he's, like, if you've seen a picture of him, Kristi Noem.
I've never seen a picture of of Kristi Noem's husband.
Okay, here's her husband.
All right.
That's him.
Yeah,
here he is.
He's a good-looking cat. He's the kind of cat you'd expect to be married to the Pantene model.
Yeah. See, that's a picture of him with the fake
making a kissy face.
Fake boobs on.
But look at that face. He's like, I'm gonna knock you out with these fake boobs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get in a fight.
Well, I mean, like, but look what happened to these nipples here? Let's just talk about that. Like, this is your fake boobs, and you put your fake boob nipple way up top.
If you're going to get caught for being cross-dresser, make sure the picture that gets out is has the nipples in the right place.
Well, I mean, this one's, like, not even close.
No.
Like, so that's fun.
Although if your fake boobs are that big, I think at some point you start to lose control over where your nipples end up.
I mean, they don't end up, like, up here. Like, that's like...
up in your armpit?
Yeah, like, that's like... I can't remember what the group is called. Something bimbo...
Yeah, accused of bimbo cross-dressing.
Bimbofication. Fetish scene. Yeah.
Fetish focused on becoming a hyper-feminine Barbie-like or quote-unquote busty woman.
Yeah.
Says AI.
I'm like, man, well, he needs to do some work on his face before he's going to be much of a Barbie. Just saying.
The face is definitely Kristi's department. She's doing a good job there.
Yeah, I mean, she may be okay in the bimbofication, arena.
I know. What if she had ginormous boobs with...
You'd be like, I want to vote for her. Like, I don't care what she's done with...
She's defending the shield of Americas with her ginormous breasts.
Yeah, like, poo, pew, pew. Pew, like Austin Powers style.
Yeah. Kristi Noem to the rescue!
Pow, pow, pow. Man, this would be a great AI slop thing. Like,
don't attack the Americas!
Yeah. Kristi Noem's husband jumps out with his boobs like pow, 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 pow. Explosions of immigrants.
All right, we're doing Rhett-friendly material already.
Yeah.
We're
like pew, pew, pew.
Well, part of the scandal with Kristi Noem is that it's pretty well documented she was having an affair with Corey Lewandowski.
Who's that?
Corey Lewandowski was like Trump's first campaign manager, so 2016, and he was like envoy to the Department of Homeland Security.
And now she's an envoy. Ooh.
And now she's an envoy to or something.
To
the Shield of America.
Right, that's right, yeah.
Well, anyway, he wasn't in this job. He wasn't paid or whatever. He wasn't paid by DHS, but then there's this scandal that he had authority and decision-making abilities within the department. Yeah. And then, of course, he's sleeping with the secretary. It's well documented. So maybe this is all coming together. It's because Mr. Noem, whatever his name may be, is into other things. But
yeah, she said she's just finding out about it. But I'm like, man, how long do you think like you could hide a pair of massive fake tits in the house and Andrea not? I mean, I know Kristi Noem's busy with other things, but like.
And with those guys, it's like which house? Because
well, yeah, that's true. I mean, and if she's
Noem
busy,
is worth a buck a load, and he could have it out in the guests.
That's true.
In the deer blind or the.
right, yeah. I mean, that's very valid. And she's all busy flying all over the place in the private jets and making billions of dollars worth of commercials, and stuff. So he's like. The cat's away, the mice will play, right? Like here I am, pow, 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 pow.
Finally.
Just look at me with like my mug. Like he's got like such a man face. Like
he does a total man face. You're exactly right. I can just imagine this moment where she gets on the plane and flies down to the southern border to meet with ICE agents, and he's like, finally my day's
finally. Click, click. Ooh.
Now I'm gonna put.
Dude, big boobs is big. Like
you're married to a cabinet secretary, bro.
Yeah, right.
Do not circulate pictures of yourself
use an alias when you join this bimbofication fetish group online, and you're like talking about all this, like,
and cover
hide
your face.
Yeah, dude. Like, this is basic. This shit's gonna get leaked. You're a public person. But yeah,
amazing.
I guess she's standing by her
I looked
man,
it up.
But go on.
After she slept with another dude.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah. Are these guys actually married?
They have a different kind of relationship.
Right.
There's not a lot to do in South Dakota, okay? Let's be honest. So
you're saying if Andrea does end up having her dream come true and moving you out to a ranch in Montana or whatever she wants in isolation, that clock's ticking. Soon you're gonna have you'll have basketballs stuck under your shirt. Be like, look at me. I'm bored.
Solitude makes a man crazy, man. What are you gonna do? Like, I don't know how it'll affect me. Maybe I go on a shooting rampage, or maybe
you're like, that basketball looks like it might look kind of good on me.
All right, just to close the loop on the net worth thing, I did have, according to AI Gemini, the estimate of Kristi Noem's net worth is, hang on now, $5 million.
Whoa.
Oh
man. Well, I guess all
which
those
puts her in the bottom tier of wealth for the Trump cabinet.
Right. Like, yeah, it's not that much. I mean, it's a lot, but I'm like, it's not that much to me. Like, I've got like 2 nickels in my bank account, but I guess that's why she was living large, flying on the private jets, and she's like, I got a corporate card with this government job. Let's spend some money. Like
the facilities in the South Dakota government are not near as swaggy. So I figured she was flying around in this expensive corporate jet because she was like used to that lifestyle. But no, it doesn't seem like.
No, she was like, she's new money essentially.
She's new money, so she's spending like it's going out of style.
It's like, let's go. Wow.
Well, you probably have more nickels to rub together than you used to. Did you see Fannie Mae yesterday?
I didn't know. No. Are we going to jump to the portfolio already?
Like, no, because we don't own Fannie Mae in the portfolio.
Oh, that's right. We don't.
Just quickly.
How happy am I going to be?
on Fannie Mae.
Hey,
look at that.
Yeah.
So that was,
See? Hold. That's why this is my don't never lose Real financial advice. Just keep holding on to it.
Up 38% in the past 5 days.
Well,
I have no idea. I was doing my best to find some news related to it. I could not find any. Michael Burry evidently came in and said that this is a great buy. The same guy who, I can't remember what he said that was, that gold is going to crash.
Well, he also was like the financial collapse, like real estate, like he's the guy with a glass eye. From the
Yes, Christian Bale played him in the movie. Yes, we've been through all that.
This is what I remember about him, the key important stuff. A glass eye.
Right. And he's riding a Christian Bale glass eye thing all the way to like every freaking prediction.
Yeah.
But he's a little famous now for being like the guy who called 9 of the last 5 recessions, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know, the doomsday.
9 of the last 5?
Yeah, that's a joke, obviously.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know,
right.
That's what they say about the Bears. You know, they called 9 of the last 5 recessions.
Oh,
but
is that what we call them, the Bears?
Yeah, or you call them a perma bear. Or a
oh,
perma bull.
that's so cute! A perma bear.
Let me scratch your chin, perma bear. Well, don't you know that the market is going to sink 37% when they...
You're so cute when you're all worried about stuff.
No, but you're going to have to buy gold and sell all of your treasury bills.
I know. You're so right. You're so right.
No, but Kaylin, I'm telling you, sell. It's doom. I'm telling you, gloom and doom on the horizon. Recession.
It's like, it's so cute when you freak out about everything. I love it. Oh, perma bear.
It's like one of the Care Bears. Care Bears.
Right, Care Bear stare. It's like the market is growing.
Perma. Yeah, he's got a chart. He's got a chart of
exactly.
stock market on his belly, and then the rainbow comes out, and it turns the other person into like a movie.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh no,
no, all I do is watch Fox News all day and vote for gun-toting Republicans.
I start storing gold in my mattress or whatever. Yeah.
And how about Perma Bull? Doesn't quite have the same.
No, it's not as cute.
It's not as cutesy.
Yeah.
It's almost sounds a little belligerent, honestly. You know, where you're like, get off me, Perma Bull. Go away.
Like calm down, Perma Bull. Like
if you're driving on the highway next to a Perma Bull, you're like, damn.
You're like, change lanes. God, this guy's crazy. Like, gonna drive somebody off the road. Perma Bull's definitely driving a truck. That's what I'm saying.
You think a perma bull is driving a truck? Okay.
Yeah.
I figured it to be like a M-Class.
They're like driving like
out.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. They're one of those douchebags.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The perma bull might be, the perma bear might be in like the...
Perma bear. That one's just a Care Bear in whatever car.
The pink Barbie car.
Yeah, totally. One of the little pink Barbie Jeep. Like,
wait! Don't hit the perma bear! Don't hit! Break!
Like,
perma bear crossing.
Cute. Perma bear. That's fun.
Well, one of the things the perma bears talk about a lot is private credit. Have you heard of this, private credit?
Just in general, have I heard of private credit?
Yeah, do you know what this is? You've heard anything about it?
It's like a credit card? No, not so much like that. Oh.
No, it is not.
What is it then? Educate me.
Private credit is supposedly the thing that is going to take down the economy next. You know, it's sort of like the real estate credit default swap. You know, they being over leveraged in real estate, but nobody can even explain what the hell private credit is.
Okay. Yeah. It's like the new. This is like the new crypto, huh? Like. Where everyone's like, ooh, private credit, but like no one knows
you almost
what it
said
actually...
Perma Bear again.
I know.
Ooh, Perma Bear.
Ooh, Perma Bear, talking about private credit. You're so cute. You're so cute. You're so cute. So you don't know what it is, nor does anybody else, but it's like
I know what private credit is, but I listen to these people go on these shows or I listen to people talk about them and they're like, they have no idea what they're talking about or what might possibly... Then when you start to explain what's wrong with private credit, they're like, now you've totally lost me. So, very quickly, the Robert and Kaylin Get Rich Private Credit Primer.
Yeah.
Right here, right?
Fun.
All right. The credit means we're loaning money to people, right?
Yeah.
All right. Now, you can go to a bank and get a loan.
Oh.
You can sell a bond to get a loan, right? And you can sell that on the public markets, which is public credit. Or if you're like too risky for a bank and too small to raise public credit, then you can go to like a private equity firm or something like that, one of these big financial firms, and you can borrow private money. So the interest rates are higher. It's higher risk, higher reward.
So this is like kind of like if I asked you guys for a loan.
Kind of. And if I was a financial firm like Blackstone Group, But
then like what would that be called?
That would be a private loan.
Yeah.
a personal loan or something.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, it's personal. Yeah.
All right. So
versus private.
So here's the deal. These financial companies go out and raise money from high net worth individuals and foundations and universities and so on. They put it in this private credit fund, right? And then they make these loans, these higher interest, higher risk, higher interest loans. It's a private credit fund. You can have private equity funds who buy the equity of private companies.
Right.
All right. Here's where the problem comes in. All right. Is because it's private, nobody knows, what these loans are. I mean, there's only so much public information about the loans themselves.
Yeah.
Therefore, they don't know how risky they are, how much they're therefore worth. Like, going to get your full $100 paid back, or are they worth some amount of that $100?
Yeah.
But who gets to tell you what the value of these loans are? But the private credit company making the loan, right?
Right.
So the whole critique is that these guys are saying, like, yeah, we've got this fund and it's worth 100 cents on the dollar. It's doing great. And the investors are like, I don't know. I don't think it's doing great. I think it's worth like 65 cents on the dollar.
Right.
And so they're busy. Investors in these funds are trying to get out, right, and sell.
Yeah.
But like Michael Burry in The Big Short, the investors are gated, right? And so they are only allowed to get certain amount out in any given period, like 5% per quarter or whatever.
So wait, how is this destroying our economy? I mean, just because all these rich fuckers can't get their money back? Like, is that the problem?
Because there's this belief that these funds are going to implode, because these loans are going to go bad. They didn't tell anybody they're going to go bad. People couldn't get their money out. Right,
and they're not we're not monitoring them super carefully. But like, how much, nobody knows how much money's even in these funds. Like,
yeah,
it seems like a lot of speculation. We're like, there's these funds that exist. Who knows how big they are besides what they say, and that could be lies because they're just telling us whatever they want to tell us, but they might go bad theoretically.
So it's kind of like the real estate thing from 2008, 2009, where it was like nobody knows how many loans are out there, who owns them, and how many times they've been. Right, rechopped and regrouped and resold and da 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 da.
Right. But like Michael Burry, this was what Michael Burry did. He like went through line by line and looked at the actual loans. Like, they don't provide that level of insight that some analysts or AI or whatever can be like, these loans suck.
I don't know what is public in terms of what.
Like, that sounds like a key difference, right? I mean, I don't know how public that information was. Also, like, how are you able to see all this line level detail into all of these mortgages back then? I mean, besides I have
no idea.
Somehow he got access to it, but like.
Yeah, so here's one company that was created just for the purpose of providing private credit loans, Blue Owl Capital Inc. This is the 1 year results of that stock is minus 57%.
Yeah. So you're saying we should invest in this?
The question is, yes.
Owl.
Because.
Yeah.
Wait, all right. Wait, let's do what's stock price to NAV. Hang on. NAV is net asset value.
Okay. Seeking Alpha. Oh.
Seeking Alpha.
That sounds like a dating site for people that are like into like alpha. I'm like, I want an alpha man. Like,
I want to meet a perma bear.
Like,
would you describe yourself more as a perma bull?
He's a perma bear. Because that's way.
All right, AI review. As of March 31st, Blue Owl Capital is trading at roughly a 20 to 25% discount to its net asset value.
So it's undervalued like gold was, or silver was.
Yeah, basically the market is saying these loans are worth 80. Like they're saying, Blue Owl is saying our loans are worth 100. The market's saying they're worth 75.
Right.
And so people are actively going out there and buying shares of this.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I mean, an awful lot's got to go wrong for you to lose 25% of your portfolio, you know?
Right.
Like, things are bad, so...
Yeah. This sounds to me like a bunch of bookies got together and are like, you know... like, don't you guys have somebody who goes and, like, breaks kneecaps or whatever, like, get your money? I mean...
This is what happens when a lot of rich motherfuckers on Wall Street get together. Because they literally... Like, Blue Owl was founded when, like, a guy from Lehman and a guy from this, like met at a diner.
I got too much fucking money. Like, let's...
yeah.
So let's loan this shit
where
out.
else can we? How can we take people's money? And
yeah,
and they're like, I know. Instead of charging 4% for a loan, we'll charge 14%.
I got an idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And they're like, genius, you know.
Dude, let's do it. I've got fucking money to loan, and I want to make more money.
So like everybody then piled into it. So like Blackstone and Citadel and every other financial firm that you've heard of, you know, Apollo, like they all now have these credit funds, and they're all struggling with this redemptions thing. Yeah. And so should they redeem or should they not? Okay, so that's that.
Okay. Yeah. I think we should buy it.
You wanted to talk. You just want to buy it. We'll just buy it.
Let's do it.
I might not do it in my personal account. I definitely bought MSG Sports in my personal account.
I saw your Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had done it
like
3 months ago.
Yesterday, I know. Like
it's another price to NAV play because it's like the whole of MSG Sports is worth $7.5 billion, and there's people who think the Knicks by themselves are worth $10 billion.
Right.
So it's like.
I mean, like, I think we looked up, like, the other basketball teams that have sold whatever fairly recently. They were several $1 billion. You know, like, it seems reasonable that it would be $10 billion for the Knicks. I mean, then it's a big basketball. I don't know.
They're one of them.
I know them. So.
If you rank them in, you know, Charlottesville Hornets.
I've heard of them. So, like, which says something. Like, I don't know a bunch of basketball teams, you know.
They're going to open a new NBA franchise in Las Vegas, and they're expecting that to go for $8 to $10 billion. So,
what the heck has Vegas been doing? Like, the Raiders moved over there. I know this is not new news, but I'm like, you guys didn't have a fucking football team? Like, the sports books in Vegas casinos are always wild, you know? Like, I just think it's crazy they didn't have and they don't have a basketball team now either? Do they have a baseball team?
I don't think so. They have a hockey team, the Golden Knights.
What the fuck? They'd have a hockey team? Like, y'all are in the desert.
Yeah, every hot southern city has to. Jacksonville, Florida has to have one. San Jose Sharks.
We got rid of ours.
Dallas North Stars. Yeah. You know, I'm surprised El Paso doesn't have one.
El Paso, gosh. Like, yeah, man.
Everybody loves freaking ice hockey in El Paso.
Yeah, totally. Who knows about hockey?
Who knows anyway? Name some hockey teams. I defy you.
Yeah, the Mighty Ducks.
The Mighty Ducks. Yeah, perfect example. Anaheim, California, home of sheets of ice. Every young child grows up in Anaheim. Going out to the pond.
Did you guys name yourself after the freaking movie? Like,
hell yeah, they did. They're like this is a effing joke. We might as well.
Well, does that happen like with okay? There's a lot of baseball movies. I can't remember now from Major League what the name of the team was, but
it was the Cleveland Indians in Major League.
Is that where you guys got your name? Like Cleveland Indians? You steal that from Major League?
We did not. But they do play Wild Thing at it, and they do have the guy in the stands, or he died, but the guy was like boom, boom, on the drums. But and we've since abandoned the name Indians, as you know. And
sadly. Bring back the Chief.
Bring back the Chief. Caitlin's a Bring Back the Chief fan.
Yeah.
But here it's way too cold to have an ice hockey team. Well, we have a minor league team, but...
Yeah. Do they have one in Minnesota? They have to have one in Minnesota.
No, I don't think the Twin Cities has a hockey team.
What the fuck? That's actually where people live there and do all these ice sports. Like
it moved to Dallas. The North Stars, the Minnesota North Stars. Oh, you know what? Now they have the Wild. They might be the is it the Minnesota Wild? Third in the Central Division. They're not good.
Wow. I mean, I guess like you don't recruit from like locally, anyways.
Baseball recruits mostly from like the Dominican Republic, and you definitely ask these questions. Like, I definitely wonder. I'm like, how long are white Americans going to be interested in baseball when all the players are Pedro Martinez
Yeah. Are white people going to be able to play sports that aren't swimming for very much longer? I don't know. Like,
this is why we keep adding curling to the.
Yeah, that's a pretty Aryan. Like,
we had this debate on the ski trip where we're like the athletes in the Ivy League are majority white, and Andrea was like, no, not a chance, no way. And you go, 100%. and she, yeah, because you go down the list and you're like, okay, the football team, no. Basketball, no. Okay. Yeah. Now let's get to the Ivy League sports. Rowing. Lacrosse. Yeah. Field hockey.
Right.
Water polo.
Right. Well, yeah. And the swimming team, like all the swimmers, those are all white.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lacrosse is like the whitest of white sports. Like, I don't know.
I watched lacrosse. I'm like, this is dumb. I know it's like the hottest, most popular sport in the world, but I'm like, people just freaking love lacrosse, and I'm like, this is so dumb. And I'll tell you what's the dumb part is that this team gets the ball and they all run down this field, and then they stand around the goal and they take shots on the goal. Then they run back down this field and they stand around and they take shots.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like basketball because you run from one end to the other. But basketball courts are short. In lacrosse, you got this whole midfield, and I'm like, what are we wasting our time? Why do we have this whole midfield? Let's take this whole field and cram it together, and now we got a game that might be worth playing,
Yeah. I've never watched lacrosse.
No.
I just think about, so I watched Teen Wolf for a while. Me and Kiara would watch MTV's Teen Wolf, and like, one of the first episodes, they're like, they had a new student at the school, and he's like, oh, you guys have a football team? He's like, huh, football, we play lacrosse. And I'm like, who would say that? Like, this is the most unrealistic dialogue I've ever heard. Like, football, whatever. Like,
football.
We play lacrosse here. It's like the most, like,
right. We're not wusses. Like, we're not the kind of pansies who play football.
Like, yeah. We play lacrosse.
The closest thing I can think to of a team that named themselves after a movie, aside from the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, would be the Anaheim Angels, who are, they didn't name themselves after angels in the outfield. It went the other way around, but...
Oh, wait, Angels in the Outfield named their team. Like, isn't that the same as the Cleveland Indians? With the...
Yeah, it is the same. But Angels actually made the title, I guess, is the difference in that one.
Oh, I see.
Or the Cleveland Browns, who are named after the founder...
I've been wondering that, honestly. I'm like, man, of all the like lame names, like the Browns, it's when I was at U of H, they were like the Fighting Violets, and I'm like, first of all, I didn't even know we had sports here. Like, where do you guys do sports? But also like the Fighting Violets, like of all the like intimidating flowers out there, I guess. Like, like, oh, no, a violet.
Well, which ones are the vicious flowers? Let's go down the list. Name the top 3.
Like, Venus flytrap. I don't know if that's a flower.
Doesn't matter. Okay, we can get one. The flytraps.
Right.
And the mascot's like, feed me, Seymour.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Suddenly Seymour.
Right.
Yeah.
Your mascot runs out and he's got like big plant,
All right,
big,
I'm on board.
Plant. That's fine.
Okay, first choice. All right, that was the first pick in the lottery. All right. What's the second choice? The next most vicious.
Like poison ivy. Like.
Yeah, okay. Not a flower, but we'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, flowers are little tough. The pitcher plants.
You can cacti. We're the cacti.
Cacti. Oh, yeah.
We're the saguaros.
Oh,
all the students stand around like this. Oh,
they're like, Saguara, Saguara. What is that? Whatever.
Swaharo. And then you've got the roses with the thorns and etc. But
yeah.
All right.
That's true. And they play the Bon Jovi song for like their. Like
the Poison song, every
Poison
rose
song, has its thorn.
Yeah, we think this random Bon Jovi song.
Night has its dawn. We're like, get 'em! Yeah!
Fight, roses, fight!
Just like every cowboy sings a sad song. Yeah! Every rose has its thorn. Yeah.
Get psyched.
Go team. Like, yeah. Get 'em. Yeah.
The locker room spectacle at the Fighting Roses. I guess you could have the War of the Roses. That would be kind of cool, but...
Yeah.
See?
I've been just watching a TV show about the War of the Roses, as usual. You know, favorite topic of mine.
Yes, right. Are there a lot of boobs in that one?
No, well, some, but like less, you know.
Right,
less than the Tudors. The Tudors is like peak level of like boobs out, you know.
Like several times a show. We can count on this.
Right.
Several
like
times a
either
show.
either there's a sex scene where some girl's close to naked, or they're like, this baby is thirsty. We're like, here's a boob. Like,
just gratuitous.
Yeah.
Actresses,
right,
you know,
totally unnecessary. It's like the middle of like a council meeting, and they're like, "What is that? The baby's crying." Like, must be thirsty. And like some busty woman walks in, like, "I got this one. Come here." Like, makes the show great. Keeps the males engaged.
This is how we used to do it, man. What happened to us? What happened to us? Now we got DEI
Call
and all
the
this.
wet nurse. Yeah.
If that happens in a meeting these days, man, people are like...
I don't know. I mean, we kind of came back around, like... You remember, this was a while ago now, but there was like a Times cover of the magazine that was about like breastfeeding, and it had like a 4-year-old child or so, like big. Yeah. Like standing here actively breastfeeding, you know? And then like that for a while, there was all kinds of like... The breastfeeding moms were like, I'm getting my tits out in public, and if somebody tries to, like, looks at me too long or tries to shame me, I'm gonna, like, let them have it. And I'm like, listen, like, like, I don't know. I mean, I get it to a degree. Like, your baby nursing isn't, like...
It's a beautiful, wonderful thing. And
yeah, but I'm like, also, like, we also just keep our tits up for the most part anyway. That's
for
ladies.
The most
so,
part.
Like, maybe you just want to cover that up, you know, sitting in a restaurant. Like, you can't exactly be mad at the guys for, like, at every table around you being like, dang.
I like that. I like those.
Like, yeah, when you're like, here we go.
This is such a good idea. I like where society is headed.
Right, yeah. It is funny that, like, how we are about, like, nipples and stuff. Like, I don't know. I watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and, like, if the guys are changing, when they're, like, the guys aren't wearing their shirts. You can see their nipples, right? Yeah. But if they put on a breastplate, which is like fake boobs, like the Kristi Noem guy, then they'll blur the nipples on that, like on this silicone fake boobs thing. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it's like, oh, that we can't look at. Like, it's still a guy wearing a thing, but I don't know. Yeah.
Or you'd see, I don't know, the crazy dresses that these actresses wear on the red carpet or whatever, and you can see, as long as you don't see that one magic spot, it's perfectly acceptable.
Well, yeah, that Rowan, whatever her name is, like wore that dress. You saw this thing? It was like nipple clamps,
Rowan.
basically.
I know Rowan. What's her name?
Chapel Roan.
Oh, Chapel Roan. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I've heard of her.
You'll love this dress. You're going to love it. It's going to be your new favorite dress. Can you see?
Yes. Oh, yes. That is my favorite dress.
Yeah, so apparently they're also like prosthetic nipples or whatever, so it doesn't really have to be covered, but yeah, so it's also sheer, Yeah,
so even when you are covered up, you're not all that covered up.
Yeah. Which I'm like, cool.
I do feel like Andrea would look good in this. I mean, it would be really
like, yeah, get some nipple clamps and we'll make it tight enough on the hips so it's not like pulling, or whatever.
Andrea, you would look really good. That would look really good.
Beautiful. Yeah, I mean, probably prettier than this girl. I don't even know what she sings or whatever. She's, I guess, a singer. But
and yes, you can see her buttocks, which seems to be par for the course. It's fine to show buttocks. It's fine to show, this if they're rolling around and jiggling in there, just so long as you don't show the one magic spot. You're not allowed to show,
right. No areola or nipple.
That's it.
Yeah.
And nothing in the front. And you got to have at least one tiny piece of fabric down the back. If you do those things, you're
right.
It's all good.
I follow this one girl on Instagram who like she's like a fashion blogger, but she's like really funny. She just like makes fun of everybody, and she's like talking about how this one actress came out talking about in a scene in a movie she had a prosthetic butthole for this scene. And like the girl had talked recently about yeah, I don't know, but she was like, I have to see one on the red carpet, you know, so, like because like she was talking about how it had been like the year of the like strategically covered ass cracks, like it'd been like sheer panels with like a zipper over the butt, you know, but like then your cheeks are out, kind of. Anyway, she was like, why do we need to go further? And how people had started wearing Merkins, which is also fun.
All right. Well, this is all important talk, but
right.
You know,
but what we need to look at is the portfolio.
We have a job to do here, so.
I was just at Mom and Dad's place yesterday, and Mom was like, look at the market today, and Dad's like, I don't care. I was like, really? That's interesting. And he's like, your mom's always worried about, like, Trump's influence on the market, but yesterday I guess
too.
Was really good.
I'm with Mom. Was it?
I know, and I'm with Dad. I'm like, whatever, it'll be fine. I guess yesterday was good because the war's over.
Yes, he announced that it's time for diplomacy. So yes, so she was. It was the up day. She was like, yeah, it really had a huge roaring day yesterday. So
yeah,
didn't quite make up everything that it had lost. Here, let's show the good people. Hang on, stock chart. So this has been, all right, so the start of the war was like about a month ago. So it was up here, and it's been in just free fall. You know, Trump says something and it bounces up. But then yesterday, it went up from like 638 to 650. And then today it's up to 655. So if you'd have timed it right, bought it, you know, a couple days ago. But you can see it's like it's got a ways to go. So 50
points or so, like not quite 50 points, I guess.
Yeah, I would think so. Almost 50 points to get back to its old highs. These are spider numbers. This is not. I should have pulled up the actual S&P 500. But
no, I was gonna say, well, spider. Now my spider shares will start delivering.
Now it's inevitable. It's a one-way.
I mean, it was a must-win before, and now it's still a must-win, or only can't lose.
Spider, this is a damn miracle. I don't know how this is possible, but we are only down 1% on our spider.
Yeah, we've always only been down 1%. Like
I know, but did you
changed.
Just see what happened to the spider chart? Like, how
yeah,
is this
and everybody's
possible?
like, it's okay. That's gonna be a little bit less, but like we're gonna be fine.
We're looking through the war. Here.
Yeah, totally.
Unless you work at Open Door, and then you're like, you're fucked because you're down 85%. Although up 4% today.
That one was a mistake. We should have done
that probably was not our best pick. Alcoa up 8.6%. Well, anyway, I want to see. Yeah. Here's how we've done over the past 6 months. So if you look at that same time period,
down 2%.
Yeah, 2% from 6 months ago, but from our peak, I don't know, down 5% from a month. It's been about a month since the war started, so we're down 5%. Yeah. We can live with it. I think we also had a nice sale in there that helped buoy things up. So
yeah. So that's including our sales as the percentage up? No, that's separate. The realized value?
No.
Because, we were at like 50. Yeah. We're still
so if you look at our unrealized plus realized, 12,000 on 20, we made like 50% on our money. We've done pretty awesome. Yeah. Pretty awesome on this portfolio over the course of
am I the asshole? Jeez, that one's doing great.
That's another crusher.
We never talk about am I the asshole.
Up 4.5% today. We made $120 on it today.
Up 178% overall.
Yeah, and we're still riding it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, look at Madison Square Garden Sports. It's made 40% since we bought it. Yeah. That's why I wish I had bought it in real life when we bought it on here.
Right.
Of course, I bought it, and now it's down 1%. So anyway.
See, that's why you can't be worried about the little day-to-day stuff. You gotta just look at the long view. Look at the long view.
Yeah, is it cheap enough? And the answer was yes, it was cheap enough.
Novo Nordisk, man, what a disaster. God.
How in the world could this happen? Like, we're like, weight loss drugs, the best thing to ever happen to society. This is a can't lose. Can't lose. We just lost hand over fist.
I know. Yeah, that one's killing us.
The only guys worse are these guys who have like a mailbox in Tallahassee, Florida. taking
Right.
rent checks and like anyway.
Yeah, right.
But I did want to talk about Warner Brothers, not quite, not because of Warner Brothers themselves.
Oh.
We've sold them a long time ago after we made a bucket load of money, so that was great.
Right.
The one I did want to talk about was Paramount, the guys acquiring them.
Right.
And I wanted to show you how what the market thinks of this acquisition. Over the past 6 months, they're down 51%. Wow. So thank your lucky stars that Netflix did not purchase.
I knew it. I knew that was going to be. I mean, I knew it.
Look at
Damn.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when like they be officially the uptick there in beginning of March.
I don't know when they actually won the battle for, but they've been fighting this whole battle for.
Yeah, and then steady decline. Jeez.
Basically, Warner Brothers.
Besides like a couple of good days, like they've had a couple of good days, but overall this stock's like.
Yeah. This must have been from the earnings or something. Oh yeah, look at that earnings surprise minus 732%. Like, wow. We sucked. Yeah. Analyst rating lowers. I don't know. No wonder people were excited to invest in.
Right. Yeah.
But basically, like Warner Brothers has been this like toxic, like poison ball that destroys anything it touches. Like it brought down AT&T. It's like and so but people just like line up to buy this thing. This is a piece of shit. These other companies just want it, can't get enough of it. So and
I mean we definitely made the right call on getting out of that shit, but we made a bundle, so that was that was the best move we ever made, because we like actually thought about it and we're like, this is going to get acquired. This is bound for acquisition. Yeah. So you're saying we should actually pay attention, is what you're
saying. There's a chance.
I think that's what you're getting at. Is we should use our brains a little.
But today we are adding OWL ticker symbol, which is cute. Another cute. Oh, you're a little blue owl, are you?
Yeah, Perma bear owl.
That's it. We're gonna buy. How about 112? There it is, $1,001.65. We're the blue owls. Now yours. Yes, exactly.
Good.
All right, so we stand to make 25% on that one. So
hopefully we do. Yeah, I don't know if I call it a no lose stock.
There's so many stocks right now because the stock market was so crazy that so these stocks that people like stop you and ask you about because you have a podcast and you're like, you've never heard my podcast, have you? Like now they're super cheap. They're like
Nvidia's super cheap.
Nvidia's like the PE ratio is 36, but the forward PE is like 18 or something. Microsoft, MSFT.
I own Microsoft.
Yeah. Well, you've taken an absolute shellacking in the past 6 months or so. Really it looks like Paramount more or less, but their PE ratio is 23, and their forward PE is they've lost 29% in the past 6 months. So I'm sure you've done good over the long term, but
yes, up 814%.
814%.
Yeah, total.
That's well done. That's well done.
I purchased when they were $40.39.
Nice, and now they're $369.
Yeah.
Even though you've lost 28%,
right.
Over you can live with it.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix is still my favorite to look at on that front.
Sure.
Price paid $2.87.
Yes.
Now, I mean, it's down a good chunk from where it was still, but now it's currently at 95.
Yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. So, almost a 50 bagger. Yeah. Yeah. But people are saying Microsoft is cheap, and maybe it's a good opportunity to invest in Microsoft. Robinhood.
Oh, Lord. Robinhood. I just think that they're like a bad company.
Down 50% over this past 6 months. Like bad people. Yeah.
I mean, I just don't. Yeah. I mean, I have an account with them, but I when I look at my Robinhood accounts, it's like that makes me think. Don't let me invest any money.
Here's what I should have been looking at: forward PEs. So Robinhood's forward PE is still 30, so that's pretty expensive by my standards. I like stuff that's low. Yeah. Like what is Microsoft's? I heard Microsoft's forward PE.
Man, I should have sold Doge a while back. I'm back underwater on that
I told you that day.
I know.
Sell it.
that day.
I wonder what Bitcoin. Well, we had an episode. I was like, sell.
Yeah. No, and I sold my Bitcoin.
Oh, right.
But
hang on to that Doge.
Yeah.
That amazing.
I know. I mean, the Doge thing was like back when Elon was doing the Doge thing in Washington. That's when it was time to sell. But
this is back to this is Microsoft again. So look at these historical PEs that are like 32, 25, 33, 30, now 19. This is forward PE. But,
yeah.
You know? It might be it's a good company. You know, you got to believe they're going to be around in 20 years probably. So
right.
Anyway.
That's part of why I purchased them back when I did.
Yeah. Now we're done.
You know,
we're done looking at stocks now.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Fucking looking at stocks. PEs, all that shit. We're like, we do the best when we actually think about when we should sell stuff and like how the stock is doing. Like actually, but we're like, that's boring. Boring.
We do materially better when we actually like have a thesis.
Yeah, when we pay attention and yeah. I mean,
absolutely.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've covered all the.
We're gonna be Perma bears.
We've talked about boobs, bears, and bulls, and Paramount, and Blue Owl.
Yeah, look out.
And
the bee episode.
That's it. And Madison Square Garden Sports and the Anaheim Mighty Ducks.
Right. The Angels. Oh, no. And
we did discuss the Angels, yes. And the Cleveland Indians.
And my favorite movie, which is the
Beautiful Life.
Wild Thing. No. With Wild Thing. The Cleveland Indians. What the hell? I can't think of it.
You can't name your favorite movie, Kayla?
Major League.
All right, let's get out of here. Cue the music.
Yeah.
That's right. You have been listening to the Robert and Kaylin Can't Remember the Name of Movies show. Also, what else is new? Robert and Kaylin Get Rich. Won't you like and subscribe? Send us a note. Leave us 5 stars. Send this to your dentist, okay? They have got to hear the content inside of this.
For sure.
They're going to want to hear this.
Yeah.
All right. What else do we need to tell the good people, Kaylin?
This was not financial or investment advice.
No, it sure wasn't. And we did a lot more financial talk than we normally do because it has been
crazy
in the markets.
It's been wild.
It's been Georgia Kimmel crazy, I'm about to tell you
right she's like, wow! Yeah.
When your mom or your kid's grandma is talking about how wild the swings are in the stock market, you know it has been a wild ride. So,
that's true.
All right, join us next week. We will see you until then.
All right.
Bye-bye.